Hi everyone. Let's cover the first topic of Module 1. What is an SEO? The full form of SEO is search engine optimization, and it is the practice of increasing the number and quality visitors to your website by improving your ranking in Google or any search algorithm. Now let's talk about what is a keyword. A keyword is a word or a group of words that an internet user types on Google search or any other search in order to seek some information on search engine. And this keyword should be directly proportional to your website or any kind of a services or any kind of a user specifically you want to target to. Well, let's move. Now, this particular topic will talk about how a search engine works. Search engine just has three basic functionality. First one is crawling, the second one is indexing, and the third one is ranking. Now, let me explain you that how these three functionality works. Crawling is just a technique wherein the search engine tells the spider, or you can say the bots, to go on to World Wide Web and seek for any kind of a relevant information or new information which is present online. So these spiders, they visit all the million websites across the internet and they pick certain information and stores into their database, which is indexing. So when these crawlers they go onto site, they bring the information, and now this information needs to be stored somewhere, which is a technique called indexing. Indexing is a process that stores information that finds so you can say it's a huge database of content brought by the Google bots or any search bot that for which you're working for. Can this information is collected first and then it is stored. And when any user is seeking the information, the same bot goes into the index and then it tries to analyze and picks the information and share it across to the search network. So let's take example to be more precise. So whenever you read a book, so in the very first page you have the index that gives a reference of the file or the chapter which is present on different pages. So exactly like that, the search engine has an indexing technique into their database. So when crawler goes into the internet, they bring the information and then they store into the database. And in order to access that particular information, the search engine uses an indexing technique. Once this indexing technique is done, then which particular information will go first or on second or on third or onto the last page of the last, the last link of the last page, that depends upon the popularity. And this is a very complex algorithm which search engine uses in order to define that which particular information would go on number one for a specific keyword. Now, let me tell you that what are the different ranking, things which is dependent. But before moving to that, let me tell you what is an organic search results and what is a paid search results. So if you see, whenever you type something, how to rank website in Google, so this is a keyword you can say, and this type of keyword is called a long tail keyword. So once a user is searching for this, Google splits information. The first part is the paid search results, and especially this results comes from the tool called AdWords, or it's also famously known as PPC, which is a paid per click. And below that you will find this something like this, and this is known as the organic search results. And in order to rank over here, especially in the first position, there are certain ranking techniques that you have to follow for your website so that the search engine actually evaluates your information, and then for a certain type of keyword it gives you a better position in a search engine results. So let me tell you that in 2019 the Google recently has updated its algorithm, which is rank bring, and there are different factors by which they evaluate a certain piece of information of a particular website or an app or a video, and then it results the information of that particular advertiser or website owner accordingly. So let me cover a few things. The first one is that secure site. The preference is given to HTTPS rather than HTTP. The website should be mobile friendly. Your website speed should be very fast. Schema markup, all information that you have within your website should be a schema markup, and it should follow the global standard of marking the information which is present in your website. Web content and quality. Web content length as well. You should actually have a very distinct content within your website. It should not be copy pasted from somewhere, because Google algorithm and the different search algorithm have gone really smart, and they can really pick things if things are being duplicated from any other website. And in fact, they also penalize a website or a website owner's content if it's being duplicated from any other website. Social and local links. If you are famous on social networks and you are famous locally in your area, Google also tries to notice these information. So it's very important that your presence over social media and your local presence should be really efficient. The quality backlink is one of the very important factor which has been there from right from the inception of the search engine. Backlink is actually a technique by which it's a reference of one particular link to the other, and the quality backlink is very important. Year on year, it has been a lot of changes in the search engine algorithm, and in the past, it has been noticed that a lot of search engine optimizers, they try to abuse those search networks, and then in past they have actually produced a lot of false backlink as well. So just in order to stop that, Google have formulated its the latest algorithm, and they make sure that the quality backlinks are being recorded for a certain website. Then only it will let you to go on to a better position for a certain keyword. Optimized image is, again, if you're using some kind of an image, it should be optimized, the name should be relevant. And later on in the module, I will cover all these topics, and define one by one how these things needs to be followed for a certain factor. Domain age and authority, you can say. That's again one of very important factor, wherein any search engine checks the age of your website. How old is your website within any network or a search network, you can say. So I will cover all these topics, and how to rank better in the search engine is covered in the later module. I will ask my user to go through the study material first, check that what all different type of search engines are available within World Wide Web, which search engine is performing in which particular country or continent, and then you'll get a fairly idea that to which particular user you have to reach if you're doing some kind of a business. And if you have any questions, just leave it on to comments. I would love to answer that questions. Thank you.